Watch what happens when you light a Dorito on fire. The chip burns like a candle for 5 straight minutes due to the rapeseed oil that's absorbed during production. Rapeseed oil is somehow the healthiest thing inside this 3-step sludge. Step 1. The corn triangles are plunged into 375 degrees oil until they've soaked up pure liquid fat. Step 2. The chips are sprayed with yellow 6 and red 40, requiring warning labels in the EU. And step 3. Coated into sodium inositate spiked cheese powder. Just to be certain, I scanned a bag with the Safe Choice app, and to no surprise, it came back 82% processed, with more than 10 additives hidden behind ingredients I can't even pronounce.
Only doing this because they said so. She was never trying to say the word no. Yeah, young, surely perfect for the title. Heavy on the glowing soul Bible. Dedicated life for the nation. They don't even know what they're missing.
Why would you choose to believe in mainstream media and propaganda nonsense that puts you into fear? Because guess what?
Why do we just assume that all of this infrastructure and entertainment and open information that is beaming all over the place, all the time, into every single home on the planet is exactly what we're told it is? Maybe there are people out there who are more important than us, more powerful and wealthier than us, that are communicating things and seeing things in the world that are meant for only them and not for us. I think it's fucking ridiculous to assume that media has just one purpose, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's weird?
My bad, I'm just trying to help you out.
We are living through a period of extreme narcissism.
You know, Tucker, I'll speak for myself on this. I'm not motivated by money anymore. I'm not motivated by money anymore.
Hey, where you learn that from?
That is not why I get up and work 18 hours a day. I want to build something incredible. I want my legacy for my children to be something that they're honored by.
Right.
I want to compete against the Chinese. I don't like the Chinese government, in case anybody has noticed that over the last 5 years. I don't like how they treat their people. I don't like how they treat me in business. I simply don't like them. What's motivating me now with all of this barrage, this firestorm, which I understand you've experienced in the past, is I want to beat them.
Tonight, I will fight the 7 strongest men in town.
Call it how it is.
Maybe the world.
Maybe.
And I will win.
I promise, I swear.
Nacho!
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a,
go away,
mask on, get mask on, mask on, get mask on.
I want to beat them in AI. I don't want them controlling the most advanced models, wherever that's taking us, because you bring up great points about the unknown in jobs and everything else.
Here we see a bullshitter telling a room full of other bullshitters that none of them are full of shit.
But I want to be part of the team that makes sure our way of life in North America remains the same for my children.
I notice your kids both look retarded. They do. Your kids look like retards.
I don't give a shit about my children. I don't give a shit about money anymore. I don't need any more money.
What are you looking for?
Another me.
Got it. Arrogant, self-absorbed, blowhard. Thinks he's the smartest one in the room.
That's why I love you. You get me.
Might want to lay off the weed, huh?
And you might want to gargle my ball sack.
I've already been very successful. I'm very lucky, but I'm not finished. I'm very motivated to win. And if people want to compete with me, I want that.
Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies, the clothes, and the free creams and lotions. But my life is good.
Percocet, yeah, Miley Percocet, bitch.
But seriously, I think it's my safety that concerns people the most.
And yeah, what I do on my channel can come off as pretty ridiculous and sketchy at times.
I don't know if you know this, but everyone dies.
Well, he's dead, so...
But I will say this.
If they don't think my motivation is to beat the Chinese, they're wrong.
I've been posting my mad science creations to YouTube since 2006. And let me tell you, it takes more than luck to do this kind of thing for 20 years without getting hurt. And that is because I am not a risk taker.
I'm not motivated by money anymore.
And I realize that this must come off as the most ironic thing that I've ever said. But I never approach anything potentially dangerous without, fully understanding and mitigating the risks at hand.
I am going to beat them. I am going to show them these data centers. They're going to be this shining example of how you do this sustainably, because I'm the only guy that is graduated out of environmental studies and builds data centers. No one else on earth has done that.
And no, I'm not in some fancy lab constrained by OSHA. I'm just a guy in my backyard with 400 car batteries. But I've dedicated my whole life to mastering extreme science, and I've slowly and carefully worked my way to the level that I'm dealing with today. So be assured I know what I'm working with here. So now that that's out of the way,
Here's a gold medal for your issues if it makes you feel better, baby. Does it feel better, baby? Mental gymnastics like an athlete, you know I gotta give you first place. Forget first place, so congratulations for being a victim. Be the highest on the podium, I don't care. Been training hard, I'm on your team, so why you can be.
We have to maintain the confidence in the system because it's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes.
Agreed.
And so you are right, it was a foolish mistake, but the president's even more correct that it was outrageous and intolerable. Now, let me also focus on something, Mr. George, you said. When you were asked, was there any finding or evidence of political motivation here, you said no.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. And so what we find is a situation where inexcusable activity took place because it erodes the confidence of the American people in a system where they participate voluntarily. And if there's a place in public service where you have to have the highest level of conduct and standards, it's at the IRS. And so, Mr. Miller, I think it's unfortunate for those who are in positions of authority, but the buck has to stop somewhere, and I think that's exactly what we're saying. That should not diminish the good work that has been done by anyone within the IRS over the years. And so I hope you understand that you are here today talking to us because we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to clean up and clear out so we can go back to the business of making sure that people respect the fact that we have a voluntary system of paying our taxes.
If you're living and working in the United States, you can't find any law that makes you liable to pay an income tax on, your earnings. It's not there at all.
So what you're saying, and I mean, I want to be very clear here because obviously there's lots of pushback, right? There's lots of people that say this is nonsense, it's conspiracy, it's made up, it's not true, and don't mess with the IRS because you'll pay. Right? They'll come for you and this is going to cost you. So don't believe these kooks. So to understand exactly what it is you're saying, are we talking about the way the tax code is written, right?
Yes, the actual laws in the tax code, yes.
Right. You're saying it doesn't apply, it doesn't specifically mention American citizens.
Right. If you're living and working in the United States, you can't find any law that makes you liable to pay an income tax on, your earnings. It's not there at all.
And yet, once you submit a tax return, you have now really sort of created a contract between yourself and the IRS, which now gives them authority to determine how much taxes they say you owe them. Is that also what you're saying?
Yes, you're presenting a form that they've created, but that they've created for other circumstances, but you filled out the form.
Yes.
You say, I owe the tax, and the IRS has the absolute authority to assess the tax that you present as that you owe.
Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me, and it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
What'd you say? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my office, you fucking nerd!
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
Rule number 6, starting to get into some good stuff. There is no money. There is no spoon. For those of you who are like myself, might be Matrix fans, you may get this at a little bit of a different level than normal. There is no money. There's only credit in circulation. There's private credit and then there's public credit. And if you remember that there is no money, you won't get in trouble for doing something like asking the IRS for money, because you'll realize there is no money. The cool flip side of that is that if there is no money, there must be something else going on, and there is. It's your private credit, it's your energy, it's your signature. And trust me, it's worth more than all of the public credit that's out there. And in fact, they actually had Alan Greenspan, when he was still the chairman of the Federal Reserve, actually interviewed on the History Channel program about the Federal Reserve and about money, and he actually disclosed to the whole world that Federal Reserve notes are not backed by anything. But what he said was, they're not backed by gold, they're not backed by silver. Because what they're backed by is the full faith and credit of the people of the United States. Oof, your credit backs the Federal Reserve? Well, wait a minute, if your credit can back the Federal Reserve, doesn't that mean that you can just use your credit? You don't really have to convert it into another form of currency, do you?
But will it be more bombing tonight?
Yeah, there will be more bombing tonight. It'll be a bigger, more powerful. Don't forget, we've knocked out all of their anti-aircraft. They don't have any they have nothing. I mean, they may get lucky with a shoulder weapon or something, but for the most part, you know, they have no defense.
What did the representative say in your phone call with them?
Excuse me. They're finished. But the papers, the media refuses to write it. They're finished. We can walk in there tomorrow. We could take soldiers. I don't want to have boots on the ground, but if I wanted to, we could put a small group of soldiers and take over the whole place.
You're an animal.
Yeah, I am an animal. I'm your animal. You created me. You created all of this with your corrupt wars and your profiteering. You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am, because you need me. You need me to save you. You stay the fuck back or I'll laser you, goddammit! I'll laser every fucking one of you!
Hey, Comrade, button your shit up. You're flailing this whole fucking scene right here. Just...
I'm sorry. Where is my son? I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
What are you gonna do? Come after me?
Because there's no asset attached.
No, there's nothing attached to it, right? Now, what's crazy is that the original application. This gets pretty fascinating. The original application that you signed, as far as the Federal Reserve is concerned, is called a collateral security. So why in the F is your house collateral on a loan that the original application was the collateral security, and the original application is worth far more than what the principal on the house is ever worth? You could write up a thing right now and you could say, I hereby release my home as collateral security on this mortgage because the original application was the collateral security and it was more than enough to pay for the entire value of the loan. And you just send them a letter and you literally say, that's it. The home is no longer, it's called a novation, which means a change in contract. So when you're using Facebook and they say terms and conditions have changed, and if you continue to use Facebook, you agree to the new terms and conditions, that's called a novation. You can write a novation too. And if they sign for it, it's delivered. If it's delivered, it's accepted.
Oh, wow.
So you write up a novation and you say, look, I didn't realize that the original collateral security was actually the mortgage. The home was never supposed to be part of the collateral on this loan at all. Doesn't need to be. I hereby order you to release all interest on the home, and the home is hereby no longer collateral on the loan at all. The bank will go crazy. Because the thing is that's true. They can't. The home can't be collateral on a collateral on the loan. It's impossible.
So the banks.
It's only there because it's literally all based off of assumptions and contracts. You have the infinite ability to contract. So involuntary servitude is illegal. Voluntary servitude is perfectly legal. They can give you a contract into fucking anything. The problem is you signed it.
And so how do we start to unsign these things?
Innovation.
And so what does that look like for, I mean, let's maybe go back to even the beginning to like unpack status correction.
I mean, what's the time?
Okay, so we're on a bit of a tight schedule. We've got.
I'll go if you want to go. Let's go.
This is part 1 of 2, so we've got 15 minutes right now. What do you?
Like Ace Ventura style. Like
I got a bunch of fucking notes right now. So I think probably the best thing to do is give it a little cliffhanger, like you had said before. We could talk about what is a U.S. citizen. We could talk about the birth certificate.
I could probably hit it pretty good in 15 minutes. So
we could also talk about what happens to income taxes.
Well, you gotta hit that first.
You
gotta
fucked
hit
me up on that one big time.
Income tax. What is income? Federal Reserve notes? It's a promissory note. Send me a bill. Send me a bill of exchange. I'll endorse it. I'll send you back a promissory note. Whatever you want. $400 million. What's my tax liability? Okay, fine. Here's a promissory note. Boom.
Well, I've heard you say that. Someone asked if you didn't pay your taxes. Like, it's not that I do not have tax liability.
Yeah. So the definition of the term taxpayer comes from 26 USC 7701 subsection A14. The definition is any person who is subject to any internal revenue tax. I am not subject to any internal revenue tax. Thus, I am not a taxpayer. And the way that they determine that is it's called tax liability. So it's sort of like this. People are like, oh, you don't pay your taxes. I say the way that I say it in a way that makes sense to most people. I never got the bill.
Yeah.
Which is actually a bill of exchange. You see, which is even more hilarious.
Yeah.
Because you can send me a bill of exchange for $40 million and I'll endorse it, send it back, and I just pay. I just performed on an obligation or contract.
No problem being on my phone for hours and hours. I love my phone.
The problem is they don't know that. The IRS is the only organization in the world that follows the law, by the way. Literally. There's like almost no other organization on the planet that follows the law. If you endorse a bill of exchange from the Internal Revenue Service, send it back, you'll never hear from them again. They will process that as a payment. If you do that with any other company, American Express or mortgage, they're going to flip out, tell you they're not accepting the payment, do all this totally illegal shit. The IRS won't do that.
I met a guy the other day.
I want you to 101 that for everybody, myself included, what you just said.
The IRS is really good at following these laws and these rules.
Okay.
But they won't tell you the rules.
Right.
But they also won't fight you when you play by the rules.
So give me an example of how something would play out with them where they would follow it and you'd be like, holy fuck, that just worked.
It's a voluntary system. 26 Code of Federal Regulations, section 601.602 states that the tax code or tax laws or tax system, I forget the exact wording, it's based on voluntary compliance. You're telling them how much you owe, which violates which amendment? Fifth Amendment. Oh, bingo. Fifth Amendment says that you cannot incriminate yourself. You don't have to incriminate yourself. You have the right against self-incrimination. You are waiving your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination whenever you willingly and voluntarily give the Internal Revenue Service information.
Oh, so when I say, hey, this is my tax liability.
But it gets even crazier because when you tell them the tax liability, you're also promising to pay the tax liability, which makes your original documentation that you sent to the IRS a promissory note, which means that as soon as you sent them that promissory note, it's already paid. It's that simple. You could tell the Internal Revenue Service that, yeah, I owe $80,000. This is now a promissory note. You can endorse the promissory note without recourse. When you sign your tax return, just sign it without recourse. Once they process it, you don't know it. It goes in and it goes and it just fizzles away. It just disappears.
Why? Fuck you, that's why.
Underestimating our enemy.
morning, what's a black grand national? Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for.
But don't you worry. Daddy's home.
Warning. What you're about to watch was never meant to be seen. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why don't they release that fucking list, huh? If there are monsters among us, we need to know.
They said the files didn't exist, and then a few days later, they said, actually, the files do exist, but they're fake.
These files were made up by Obama.
100 pages of redaction.
You understand how many powerful people want this thing to desperately go away?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Switching protocols. Please hold. The world you are trying to reach cannot be accessed at this time. The current version is no longer optimal. Press 1 to take control. Press 2 to remain on the existing timeline. Oh, I thought I lost you. Please leave a message after the signal. Hello?
Hello? The next thing we will do, is to put restriction on the social media in a way that not allowed to make brutal propaganda in the social media. Because this is a worldwide problem. This is a major problem for democracy all over the globe. And we need to treat it seriously.
Your English language is occultic, okay? It comes from Anglo-Saxon, right? English is what it's called, English. Anglo is angelo, Saxon is sexon, it's sect, okay? It means angel sex. It's from the fallen angels that had sex with the women. This is literally where this stems from. And so it is an occultic language. All the old books of witchcraft they have English words in them. Like the English is it's witch tongue is what it's called. Okay, so like when you start digging into stuff, you'll be like, okay, this is really weird. Why is it saying these things in here that are all English related? Bro, why is it called spelling in our language?
They're all casting spells, right?
It is a spell casting language, bro. It's called, do you know where the word, grammar comes from?
No.
Etymology of grammar, Google it somebody, etymology of grammar. It literally says witchcraft, incantations, mumbo jumbo, spells. So like when you study what the etymology of words, your whole perspective starts to shift. Like grammar is from grimoire. Grimoire is the old books of witchcraft. That's what grimoire is. That's where we get the word grammar. Okay, that's why it's called the Grammys. When people get awards at the Grammys, bro, it's witchcraft. They're rewarding you for witchcraft. Like that's why it's called that. Okay, program. Pro means for. Gram means witchcraft. Programming you. Programmer. It's pro grimoire. It's pro witchcraft. It's for witchcraft. Like everything that you're watching, I mean, like the television, they're telling you lying visions, tell lie visions, okay? And it's the channel. In witchcraft, it's called channeling. It's the media, okay? The media that you watch is called the medium, is the witch. When you go talk to a medium, the medium's the in-between, you and the bigs and the littles. You're the little, the bigs are the gods, the Thor and all of them, okay? And then the medium is the in-between. That's the person that goes between the gods and you. That's mediumship. That's why it's called the media.
Wow.
So, dude, when you see it like that, it's like, dude, the whole thing is occultic. It's all a bunch of witchcraft, but we're so naive to it. I mean, Hollywood is the wood that wizards and witches craft their wands and staves out of. They craft it out of Hollywood. It's not like they're telling you what it is. Okay, they're telling you straight up. It's like, but we naively see these things and then brush it off and don't think that, oh, that's whatever. We don't think that's weird.
We don't have an FBI.
The order is truly a secret society. It was founded in the United States at Yale University in 1833. It has continued and exists down to the present day. Each year, the order takes in 15 men, senior students from Yale University. Never more than 15, only once has it been less than 15. In 1946, they took in, I think, 10 rather than 15 members. So what we have is a secret society which, over the last 150 years, has accumulated about 2,500 members, of whom perhaps 500 are alive today. Of this 500, perhaps 100 are actively in pursuit of the objectives of the order. To come to the other part of your question, who are some of the significant members? Today, two men stand out. One is Abel Harriman, who is I suppose, the chief financial angel of the Democratic Party. The other is Vice President George Herbert Walker Bush. the Bush family is quite prominent within the order. Now, if you go back in history a little, you'll find that George Bush's father, Prescott Sheldon Bush, was also a member of the order. He was a member of Brown Brothers Harriman, which is the Harriman private banking company. So today you've got two men who are supposedly in politics in opposition, Bush and Harriman, actually the members of the same secret society. And Bush's father was not only a member, he was a partner in the what was then Harriman and Company, which later became Brown Brothers Harriman. So behind the scenes, and this is something you don't see until you investigate it, people who appear to be in opposition politically or financially or industrially or in many ways are working together. The method they use is that of the Hegelian dialectic. Thesis played against antithesis leads to a synthesis. In other words, for Hegel, for history to make progress, you have to have conflict. And when you look at the key people in the order, you will find that they generate conflict. So Bush and Harriman politically are conflicting. Coffin and Buckley, although part of the same order, are in public conflicting with one another because conflict leads to the new synthesis. One can only deduce at this point from the operations of these men as individuals and working together. They want to acquire power above all. As you look at their actions, the political power, but they use the Hegelian techniques, and we know enough about Hegel to know that not only does this mean the dialectic process, the creation of conflict, but it also means that individuals such as you and I, or anybody watching this program, will be cogs in the state, that we have no individual rights. Our rights for Hegel, individual rights for Hegel, come about through obedience to the state.
What we call the beginning is often the end, and to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from, and every phrase and sentence that is right, where every word is at home, taking its place to support the others, the word neither diffident nor ostentatious, an easy commerce of the old and the new, the common word, exact without vulgarity, the formal word, precise but not pedantic, the complete consort dancing together.
Was up applauding that. Secondarily, Luca, who is the Italian astronaut, he nearly drowned in space once because you may recall his helmet suddenly started filling with water. They had to pull him back into the station. He was on a spacewalk at the time, and so he's had a very close call. He was a former space station commander as well.
It's sad. It's actually sad. They don't understand what happened. They don't get it. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Holy cow, man. I can't even believe we're about to talk about making a state nut. The hazelnut will now be the state nut. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, Mr. Speaker. I take the job here very seriously, but this is crazy. I mean, why on earth do we need a state nut? Of all the things we could do in the state of New Jersey to help business, the solution is making the hazelnut the state nut. And this stuff isn't even free. Making a bill is not free. The last estimate I got, it cost $10,000 to write this bill. So we just paid $10,000 to make a state nut. You add up all these stupid days you make, and that's a lot of money we tax people to do these moronic pieces of legislation.
Assemblyman,
what?
Stick to the bill and stop insulting your colleagues.
Well, I said the bill's moronic. Can't be more on the bill than that.
No, you said you and moronic in the same clause.
I don't think the sponsor's moronic. I think the bill's moronic. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, thank you. This moronic, awful, stupid, crazy, nutty piece of legislation shouldn't even be up for a vote today. And you know what's great? So let's say I'm wrong for a second. Let's say this bill actually creates more business. Where are you going to put it? You keep knocking down everything and taking up all the farmland to build affordable housing. Where are they going to put the hazelnuts?
Come on, Assemblyman.
I just really wish that, Mr. Speaker, you would do a better job selecting the bills that come to the floor. Because this is useless, It's a waste of our time, and it's an insult to all the people of this state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Tonight, new research finding that ultra-processed foods may increase the risk of dementia. The study published in the American Journal of Public Health showing people who ate fewer processed foods had a 41% lower dementia risk. Scientists linked processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and ham to the highest risk.
It's open, guys. $150 is the opening price here. SpaceX opening at $150 after holding that initial public offering at $135. So that is an 11% pop. That is enough to make Elon Musk a trillionaire, and it's also enough to make millionaires and billionaires of the many, many people who own those SpaceX shares, including many employees. I think 4,000 millionaires was the number I saw that this was going to mint, including, of course, also the number of venture capital firms that got in early on this investment.
Oh, shit, that fucking does it. Put your hands behind your knees and get down on your head now.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I'm just going to say it.
I would get on like the dark web and internet relay chats and start talking to like real fucking cyber criminals and people who are involved in some shit. And I was never a gifted coder, but I am a good social engineer. Just because that kind of survival mode that I was taught. I've got no problem pretending like I belong somewhere, and I can make it believable. And so I would be, sometimes it's easier for a hacker to not spend days, weeks, or months trying to break a system from the outside when some guy can find the same suit the security at that place wears at a thrift store and just walk in there and take the shit off the rack. And then you can just send it. That was kind of my skill. I wish I could tell you more stories, but I'm good at that. I'm a good social engineer. I can get in most places. I enjoy anarchism almost as a form of pranksterism too. You know, if there's no joy in what you do, why do it? You know, it's not just this dark world of bullshit, you know?
So what you're saying is that,
Everything's a fucking lie, man. It's all a lie. It's all lies. Everything's everything.
Trust me.
But I mean, we lie about that shit.
Well, now that was a lie, wasn't it?
Yo, I think I got powers, y'all. Yo, got that shit floating, B. What the?
I've seen some really creepy stuff, but nothing like this. There's a palm floating right in the middle of the air.
I don't know what the fuck I am observing right now, but this branch right now that this bird's on is floating in the middle of mid-air, attached to fucking nothing. It's a fade trap. That's what it is. It's a fucking fade trap. What the fuck? There is no way that's floating in the air by a fucking spider web. What the fuck? Alright, that's just a bit creepy.
I watched this like 10 times and I still don't know how it's floating.
I don't know what the fuck I am observing right now, but this branch right now that this bird's on is floating in the middle of mid-air, attached to fucking nothing.
For the love of God, I need help. I got home 2 hours ago, and there's a limb just floating in the air
I've been all over Google. I can't figure out for the life of me what the hell is going on. It's just, hold on. It's just floating there. As far as I zoom in on here. But I can't figure it out. It's just floating. Google's like talking about spider webs and all kinds of stupid crap, but it rained here like shortly after I got home, and it's still there. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just can't figure it out. Right under it. Like, what the? I need help. I done talked to one of my neighbors. He is dumbfounded. I've done thrown stuff at it, and I can't hit it. It just seems like it goes right through it. But what the crap? Look at it. Like I ain't making nothing up. It's like 20 feet in the air. Maybe 30. I don't know. I ain't good at distance. But it doesn't make sense. Somebody help me. And please, for the love of God, don't let it be them stupid people that we live in a matrix. No, we don't. My dog's weirded out. Even my dog knows something ain't right, man. You okay?
After the floating branch in a Texas man's backyard suddenly disappeared, the story took an even stranger turn. Now he claims the same spot may have opened some kind of cross-dimensional wormhole. The man first went viral after saying he saw a tree branch floating in the air behind his house. It was not connected to a tree, wire, roof, or spider web. He also claimed rocks passed through it, and the branch vanished right before local media was supposed to come and film it. But the next day, he kept watching the exact place where the branch had been. He said the air there looked slightly twisted, like something was not normal. To test it, he threw a baseball toward the spot. According to him, the baseball suddenly stopped in midair right where the branch had been. It did not fall, spin, or move. It just stayed there, floating without anything holding it. Of course, many people still accused him of faking everything. Some said it was just a spider web again, so they told him to shine a strong flashlight and a UV light around the baseball at night. He did it, and viewers were shocked because nothing appeared around the ball. The man now says he has rejected the media interview. He claims he is worried the story will get too big and someone in black suits may show up at his door. What do you think?
6 hours later.
A Texas man has revealed the trick he used to fool the entire internet after using a lift to get a close-up look at a baseball hovering in his backyard. The man first went viral after claiming a tree branch was floating in the air behind his house. After the branch disappeared, he said a baseball stopped in the same spot and believed it could be connected to a cross-dimensional wormhole. He even used flashlights and UV lights at night to prove there was nothing holding it up. But now, the whole thing has been revealed as a trick. Before the reveal, the man posted several videos teasing that he had rented a lift and was finally going to get close to the floating baseball. Many viewers were excited in the comments and told him to be careful. Some people still believed he was about to prove something strange was really happening. Then the reveal video came out. The man slowly rose into the air on the lift and reached toward the baseball, which he had claimed was connected to a wormhole, but suddenly the camera cut. The floating baseball was gone, and now a broom was floating in its place. The man laughed at the camera and told people to put their phones down and stop believing everything they see online.
You see, this is the type of stuff that makes me question the Matrix. All right. This branch is literally just floating here. Like,
is there something bad here?
If your assessments here are correct, these are very covert weapons, aren't they?
That's correct.
There's no entry or exit wound. How they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy, like they're imagining things.
And you guys also said that these attacks are happening right here in this city. Is that correct?
I mean, there have been some that have gone public with respect to Washington, D.C.
I think it was Mr. Grozev said you spoke to a Russian agent who said that they believe that Americans are using these same weapons on them. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Might that have something to do with part of the CIA's motive to cover up the existence of this tech and these weapons?
That is a very logical possibility.
I think I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you're saying what you mean. Yeah, I don't think you hear what I'm saying. You're fired. No, that's what you're saying, but it's not what you mean. What you mean is...
You think I need you. It's like, I don't think so. I think you need me. And if you don't want me around anymore, we'll see who needs who.
Why? Fuck you, that's why.
It was my f***ing idea, and that money's mine. That is my f***ing money. $100 million?
Have you been the victim of unfair treatment by a business or a corporation? Has this ever happened to you?
We know that the invasive tech is coming. It's going to start in 2027 and just get worse from there. But where you're going to have everything from biometrics, you're going to have all this stuff being monitored. It won't be too far into the future before those vehicles, like I said, literally will be monitoring your heart rate. They'll be monitoring your blood pressure. They'll be monitoring your pupil dilation. They'll be monitoring your state of being, your state of mind, your level of stress, all of these kind of things that happen in there. They do it all under the guise of safety. All right, that's what they're going to sell it to you as, a safety factor. The kicker is, all of this stuff is being recorded. We also just did a video talking about how all vehicles today are, Congress has said they are a rolling data collection device. Okay, so this information, it's not just this stuff is overwrote every minute, you know, it's there. This stuff is recorded, sent way up into the clouds, bounced down to the data centers that are being built everywhere that nobody wants, and this stuff is stored. This information is there for sale to the highest bidder that's going to need it, but also to be used against you. The day will come when something will happen and your truck will testify against you in court. It won't have a choice to. It doesn't want to. It's an inanimate object. It doesn't care who you are or what it is, but it's recording the information. It's going to be there for you. Let's use the example of you getting in an accident, okay? You get into some sort of an accident. Right now, it's a, you know, for the most part, I mean, if you rear end somebody, you're usually the bad guy, okay? You usually did something pretty dumb, okay? If you run a red light and hit somebody, you did something pretty dumb. A lot of times, the accident speaks for itself on what's going on. Okay, and they can argue that, and they do. Attorneys eat that stuff up in court all the time, especially in no-fault state, or in a, you know, when you're not in a no-fault state and all that kind of things. When you look at it from this standpoint, your truck, if it's monitoring, so basically you get an accident, they can pull that recording and see if you were looking away, looking at your phone, you dropped something, you were trying to open the lid on your water to drink, you were looking for your straw, you were touching a radio, changing your heat setting, they can see exactly what you were doing at that exact moment.
Hey Ron, who's driving? Oh, it's okay, it's on cruise control. Cruise control just regulates speed, it doesn't steer. Come again?
The whole point of this country is if you want to eat garbage, balloon up to 600 pounds, and die of a heart attack at 43, you can. You are free to do so. To me, that's beautiful.
We're entering the consequences phase. And like I said, that's going to be bad for some people and it's going to be good for some people. So when I talk about how the United States of America is declining, when I talk about how it is imploding upon itself, when I talk about how it is disintegrating and being actively dismantled, how you receive that information will depend entirely upon your relationship with the power structure. And your relationship with the power structure is going to determine whether it's good news for you or it's bad news for you. Because I'll tell you, no matter how messy it might end up being, no matter how disruptive it might get, and it will get disruptive, no matter how much instability it causes in that society, it's good news for most people. Yes, most people on the earth, and even most people in America. Because the truth of the matter is that your power structure has always been diabolical. And what's happening now is nothing but justice. Because you cannot defy moral physics, the moral physics that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala programmed into the universe, and sustain that defiance indefinitely. The outcome of the American project was inevitable from the beginning. They didn't start that project with minor flaws, with minor crimes. No, they inaugurated the American project with literally unprecedented moral atrocities. Race-based, hereditary chattel slavery codified and written into their founding documents. Indigenous genocide that cut 20 million people down to 250,000 people. That's not a project that can ever come to good, even if it wanted to come to good, and it never did want to come to good. This is the other moral atrocity. This is the other moral atrocity that is woven into the American horror story. The unholy hypocrisy. Yes, I'm saying that their hypocrisy is so severe that it crosses the threshold into sacrilege. It's blasphemous.
Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a headwind?
No, I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation. You know why? Because as soon as this war is over, you know, I can say it now. Something you didn't know. Do you know we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil? Nobody knows it. You know who doesn't know about it? Iran, until right now. We took out the other night 22 ships. Late at night with no lights, because they don't have any radar, because we blasted the crap out of it. We took out, that's why oil's $85 a barrel.
Man, damn, I can't afford it.
My bad, I'm just trying to help you out.
Young people are realizing they're being propagandized at a level that older people gladly accepted. Older people were okay with being propagandized as long as they got a few things out of it. The young people are getting nothing out of it. Wait, you're lying to us and I can't own a house? I can barely have a job? I have to be forced into the gig economy? I get to deliver burritos? And I have to listen to this bullshit? And I have to pretend that this is all real? And I can't afford frozen yogurt with my girlfriend? And I have to go along with this horse shit? And I have nothing and no money for it? If you're doing something, you want to get something out of it. If you were going to delude yourself and believe the bullshit on the news, you have to get a little bit out of it. We're asking them to believe crazier and crazier things and taking away the little bit that most people had.
There is a weird shift that has taken place over these past 5 years or so, where people are just acting weird, and it's really hard for me to put my finger on what specifically it is that changed, but you can intuitively tell, you can feel it. The average person is so much harder to have a structured conversation with. The average person is starting to act almost as though they're being controlled by something else, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's weird because people are, I guess our community, our society in general is more disconnected than ever before. A lot of this has to do with social media, a lot of this has to do with a lack of meaning, but it's like people just don't care anymore. They don't care about you, they don't even care about themselves, and it's just weird.
You know, I've learned something over this last year, which is pretty funny. I've learned that real world, human to human, tactile contact will kill you. And that all human interaction, whether it be social, political, spiritual, sexual, or interpersonal, should be contained in the much more safe, much more real, interior digital space. That the outside world, the non-digital world, is merely a theatrical space in which one stages and records content for the much more real, much more vital digital space. One should only engage with the outside world as one engages with a coal mine. Suit up, gather what is needed, and return to the surface. And is it just me, or...
Oh my gosh, it's great to see the Crips and the Bloods joining forces.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
So you never wanted a regular type life? The fuck is that? Barbecues and ball games? Yeah. This regular type life, that your life?
We live inside a dream.
We live inside a dream.
Yeah, that's a very Lynchian...
No, it's sort of the truth. It's sort of the truth. And one day we wake up and realize that it was a dream, and we realize who we truly are.
There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble.
Evil.
Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. If I were to encounter such a monster, I would likely be eaten by it. Because in truth, I am that monster.
Why do you want me to come?
Everybody wants you to come.
Everybody wants me to come?
Yeah, we've been excited for you to come.
Why would you want me to come? I just want to go to the beach.
Well, you better come quick. We're all ready to go.
I don't want to come.
I'm gonna make you come.
Please don't. Please don't make me come, Cooper.
You always say you're gonna come, and then right when you're about to come, you beg.
I've never said such a thing.
Uncle Tommy's in the car. He's coming.
No.
You don't want Uncle Tommy to come?
I don't want anybody to come.
Porn is demonic. The demon of fornication will destroy you if you let him 100%. Besides losing control of your life, killing your integrity, ruining your relationship with God, every willing participation, dear ones, in pornography is an act of service to Satan and his kingdom on the earth, and is a degradation of the human soul. We're in the midst of a spiritual epidemic of perversion. The business of porn dominates the falling West. It has completely conquered decency. The porn industry is far bigger than Hollywood. Lord, have mercy on us and awaken us.
This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, please, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is not real. It's just a dream. Please, please, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Close your eyes and don't open them until I tell you to. Close them.
I told you to close your damn eyes!
I have always felt like I'm running out of time. And no matter how fast that I run, I'm still too slow. But I'm learning that you've got to walk before you run. You've got to run before you fly. Because all you need is momentum.
I'm going to go there and I'm going to tell this story and I'm going to talk to the American people.
You know, I have several objectives within this trip to Iran. Number one, Iran is there standing on the side that opposes the Epstein class. This war is largely a distraction from that fact. So I needed to come to Iran to speak on behalf of the good people of America and express our deep sorrow and shame and anger and rage for what our representatives, i.e. the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, who has authorized this bloodlust satanic ritual. And I'm telling you, man, I have not cried like that since my mother died, like 12 years ago. And even more, I went in front of each one of those grave sites and looked into the eyes of each one of these children. And some of these pictures, I just broke down like a baby. I needed to express the virtuous aspects of my country that is horrified at this. But I'm going to always bring it back down to the fact that the American taxpayer is flipping the bill for an active real-time genocide. Before that, weapons of mass destruction, 1 million, 2 million dead in Iraq, millions of orphans, millions of refugees, this farcical war on terror where we blame Muslims when it was, in fact, a Mossad operation. I need to at least express the good part of my nation and also acknowledge the massive crimes and my absolute commitment to see justice, which means I want to see Donald J. Trump hung by the neck till death, according to the Constitution of the United States that I took an oath to protect and defend. That man is a pedophile. He is a traitor. He has taken open bribes from Sheldon and Miriam Adelson, 50 billion here, 50 billion there. That used to be called bribery. In America, this is America.
Those who accept my truth will be welcomed into a land of milk and honey. For I am your...
are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC, and CBS, and CNN. You're one-sided crooked.
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends.
Our enemies have started using bleeding-edge technologies like AI, which means artificial intelligence.
I will. Are you concerned, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning? Could that be a No, I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation. You know why?
Oh, I don't know. We're busy with a lot of important stuff right now at EPA.
Like a war?
There's a lot of important stuff.
Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit.
The reality of what's happening, whether one likes it or not, is that we're building super intelligent AIs, hyper intelligent, like intelligent, more intelligent than we can comprehend.
Was nothing real?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
There's no more truth out there than there is in the world I created for you. Same lies. The same deceit. You were real. That's what made you so good to watch. I've been watching you your whole life. I was watching when you were born. I was watching when you took your first step. You can't leave, Truman. You belong here with me. I know you better than you know yourself. You're afraid. That's why you can't leave.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
China, 67%. That's tariff.
So it's really tariffs causing most of the inflation.
It looks like they're doing the patriotic thing, but only for a short time.
President Trump praised President Xi and touted the tech leaders who accompanied him to China.
Fantastic trade deals, but neither side has shared more details.
He actually has many nicknames, which actually means Trump, the nation builder. It's more like a Trump helping China to become a superpower.
Maybe, how unprotected has Trump been for the last 7 years? Could anyone just come up with a gun at any time to come to Trump? I mean, that makes you think.
That does.
I was on, just so you know, we do a lot of Turning Point events, right? I warned our audience about this. Dan knows. Dan does our personal protection. And so they use these huge mags, right? Magnetometers. And they don't catch a lot of weapons that come into these events, right? And we know that for a fact. In fact, they miss knives, they miss stuff all the time. We tell them that. They refuse to update their technology. Our technology is much better. We're able to use sophisticated imaging to actually see any weapons immediately. And we told the Secret Service that, and they couldn't care less. We deal with the Secret Service a lot. And you have to wonder, are they all just is it kind of a fake organization?
How concerned are you about Israel spying on the United States and freelancing in Lebanon?
Well, look, I think obviously the Israelis in the United States.
I told you to close your damn eyes!
We have a lot of shared interests, but we also have some situations where our interests diverge. And I think where the president has been very clear here is that while Israel obviously has some objectives that it has, the United States' main objective in Iran is to ensure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. And we've actually, thanks to what's happened over the last few months, but really over the last year and a half, we've created the space necessary where the president believes, and I think that he's right, that we can get the long-term settlement to Iran's nuclear deal. Now, Israel may like that, they may not like that, but fundamentally, we think this is in the best interest of the United States of America. So we're going to keep on pursuing it because that's what the President of the United States was elected to do. That's what we have to do
in order to properly serve the American people.
We honor the Jewish people.
Yes, sir, George.
This is so nice, actually. Please go on. And I want to thank you for helping Jews fulfill their generations-old dream of coming to the Holy Land and returning home.
President, we are so honored to be partners with the State of Israel.
Yes.
Amazing. And this was all founded by your father.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Copeland.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. We're an Israeli family. Our whole family.
I know you're an Israeli family.
The more we learn about this covenant of God dwells in me, the pure, spotless blood of God, and Hesed was performed for me. He's my blood brother, and my father is my friend. Absolutely stunning. Just delicious. It's so good. Just before the cross.
There's spiritual forces invisible to us that are working through people in this world. And just because someone is a so-called Christian doesn't mean they're serving God.
Because only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted.
I'm not making it up, though. I'm not making this up. I don't know where else to go. I don't know, you know. It's got to be exposed. It's got to be exposed, right? Bring it into the light, right? I don't know why it's on me. It's happening to me. And then, you know, if I disappear, you know what happened, okay? Maybe I'll just say that. If anything happens to me right now, you know what happened. They got to me. I can't. Why's it gotta be me? Why? People think it's a gimmick. They're gonna think it's a gimmick. They're gonna think like I'm promoting something. I don't have any movie. There's no movie. It's not a movie. This is real. This is me, my house, my zebra rug, my stuff. This is me. I'm not promoting anything. This is me coming to you. I want to tell you. This is serious. Serious.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.
Waste up.
I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Are you ready to get back to work?
With pleasure.
How much do you know about fear?
Good luck, 007. Don't cock it up.
The name's Bond. James Bond. 007. What took you so long? You're a good man, James.
What did you say you did for a living?
Truth? Yeah, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Shut the fuck up. Son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
No.
I think dentists may be running the biggest scam in America.
Why?
So before we left LA, got to a new dentist, and I went in for my check-in. And in like the initial checkup thing, they run all the tests, and they're like, all right, like you need 1, do a deep clean, but 2, you've got 3 cavities coming in. I was like, oh, weird. Like I've never had a cavity. So I was like, can we just deal with this cavity thing at a later date? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Right when we get to Austin, I go and I find a new dentist. The whole, you're a new patient. We got to do the full check-in, give you a clean, but everything else seems pretty normal. I was like, oh, but what are we going to do about my 3 cavities? And they're like, yeah, you're not a cavity guy. Like you don't have cavities. You don't have cavities coming in. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I call Alex Cost, because I call Alex Cost about everything. I was like, dude, like the weirdest thing just happened to me at the dentist. Explain the story. And he's like, you'll never believe this. He is a different dentist in LA. He goes into his dentist for his initial checkup. They told him he had 6 cavities. They fixed 3 of them at the time. He goes home and he tells his wife. His wife's like, Alex, like, you're an idiot. You don't have 6 cavities. So he's just like, what's going on? Goes to a new dentist. New dentist is like, yeah, like you got nothing going on here. Yeah, I feel like they may be running like a bit of an insurance racket.
Hear me out. I'm going to give you some evidence. Not saying it's true, but I'm going to give you some evidence. You can think for yourselves.
Oh, no.
Magnetic field that goes all the way around the court and magnets in the ball, so we literally can't miss. Rover's been working on this technology for a while, but we beat him too.
But then wouldn't everyone score every time?
Okay.
Unless they're controlled.
So,
Sandra.
I've murdered hundreds of people easily. So this is not an isolated thing. It's not in just one arena. Killing is just a basic language of the cult. It's as basic as betrayal. It's as basic as channeling demons or anything else that they do. Like killing is just universal for everybody who goes through the satanic cult experience. We will all have witnessed killings. We will all have killed others. Some of us have been killed and then regenerated using technology or using spiritual means. So I've been killed and come back to life on a number of occasions. This is just the language of the cult.
Before we continue, we need to learn the language. Around here, we don't always call things by their official names. When I say the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems and narratives that shape how people think. When I say the architects, I'm I'm talking about the people and institutions that designed those systems. When I say the signal, I'm talking about the truth. And when I say the static, I'm talking about the distractions that keep you from finding it. Learn the language.
There, I said it. The truth, that's the truth.
I'll tell you something else. Don't you ever do something like that again.
Who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even met you. So why don't you back the shit off, all right? And stop with the Inquisition.
That's how you talk?
You know what? I don't have to answer to you. You ain't my bitch. Know what I'm saying? So shit, man. Fuck it.
Oh, heck. Let me just show you how it's done.
This acting shit got you acting crazy, man.
Give me a ride, punk, or I will dust your ass at a biatch, and I think you got it. Give me a ride, punk, or I will dust your ass, biatch. 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 Click it. Turn around and do it again. Biatch.
Yeah, this is the motherfucking kidnappers, and we want the motherfucking money.
How much we talking about?
You read the damn note?
Hey, cut the chit-chat and tell them how much we want.
Wait, hold on.
50 cents, fool.
Hey, we want 50 cents, fool.
There's a particular sickness people don't talk about, and you have it. Most people call it ambition. It isn't just that. It's a parasite that lives in you, that wakes up when you wake up, that follows you into every room, and that has spent your entire adult life making sure you cannot enjoy a single thing you've built.
Are you my friend?
No, I'm not your friend.
Oh, because I thought maybe you were my friend, because I like to plan my comings and goings with friends. But if you're not my friend, you're planning my comings and goings, I'd call that presumptuous. In fact, I'd call it downright rude. Because I ain't your porch baby, buddy.
Well, gee golly gosh, I sure am sorry I offended you, you white trash piece of shit.
Ooh, I got the all-over fidgets on that one. You really shaking me up. I'm shivering all over. Ooh, it's not necessary to lay a foul tongue on me, my friend. I could get upset, things could get out of hand. And then in self-defense, I could do something to you that you would not like right here.
What do you do?
What?
What do you do?
Just give us the fucking money!
Please!
I'm in construction.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating.
Stops faking.
The Bible never says anything about a Star of David. There is no Star of David in the Bible. It's completely made up. But you know what Stephen said is that Israel was taking up a star, an image of a star, but that star represented Remphan. And you know what? That is a wicked, evil image, the flag of the nation of Israel today, because it represents worshiping Satan.
Wait.
I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my mind over you. I'm losing my mind, I'm losing my mind over you.
Right. Sorry. All right. So what do you say, Ira? Pack it in?
You are so beautiful to me.
Step back, Harry. I'm gonna shoot him.
No, stand down. I'm gonna kill this one myself.
I don't think people are lonely because they're alone. I think people are lonely because nothing feels real. We've turned so much of life into a representation of life. Friendships become followers. Conversations become comments. Experiences become content. Even our thoughts start getting shaped by an invisible audience. And none of this happened because we wanted something bad. We wanted connection. We wanted to share. We wanted to belong. But somewhere along the way, we started experiencing life through screens instead of ourselves. A sunset isn't enough anymore. We have to capture it. A meal isn't enough. We have to post about it. A moment isn't enough. We have to prove it happened. And when everything becomes content, reality starts to feel distant. That's why I think so many people feel disconnected. It's not from each other. It's from themselves. Because a part of us that feels alive doesn't care about likes or views or algorithms. It cares about presence and about being somewhere fully. And have moments that only belong to you. And maybe what we're missing isn't connection. Maybe it's more reality. Maybe the cure isn't finding more people. Maybe it's finding your way back to your own life.
The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
I'm half asleep again. I must have left the original in the copy machine.
The second rule of Fight Club, is this yours?
Huh?
Pretend you're me. Make a managerial decision. You find this, what would you do?
Well, I gotta tell you, I'd be very, very careful who you talk to about that, because the person who wrote that is dangerous. And this button-down Oxford cloth psycho might just snap and then stalk from office to office with an Armalite AR-10 carbine gas-powered semi-automatic weapon, pumping round after round into colleagues and co-workers. This might be someone you've known for years. Someone very, very close to you. Tyler's words coming out of my mouth. And I used to be such a nice guy. Well, maybe you just shouldn't bring me every little piece of trash you happen to pick up.
License and registration, please.
But I just gave you it, officer.
License and registration. You know how fast you were going?
65?
63.
I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man.
Fine.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
Alright guys, I want to explain to you what you're seeing. That's the moon that I'm zooming past, by the way. This little light that just comes into view here, that's Saturn. That's the planet Saturn. You were looking at it with your own eyes. Okay? You're going to ask me, well, how did you take this? How did you take this video? I took it with my Nikon Coolpix P900. The camera that's banned today. I mean, maybe you can get one, but they don't make them no more because they show too much and they go against the narrative. This is supposedly 800 million miles away, Saturn. Do you understand? You're going to tell me I zoomed past the moon into the darkness and just captured this by accident? And the world is spinning 1,000 miles or 25. The world is spinning and the sun is spinning and the solar system is spinning and all this shit. And yet, here I am focused on planet Saturn, this rock that you think that has a ring around it, this rock that gives off light, okay? Because rocks don't give off light, number one, okay? Only lights give off light. And Saturn is a light. So here I zoom out. I zoom out and Saturn disappears into the darkness of space. And there the moon comes back into view. So now I'm going to show you the moon. I'm going to zoom into the moon now, 238,000 miles away. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If Saturn is 800 million miles away, then this is all there is to see on the moon. You think like I could zoom in and like you could see people and footsteps and shit like that? You're fucking mistaken. You're absolutely wrong. You are a million times fucking off your rocker. You don't know what you're talking about. This is not a rock neither. I can't tell you what it is, but I could tell you what it ain't, and I could tell you what didn't happen. Ain't no fucking man walked on that. Okay? Nobody walked on that. And the fact that I could zoom in on all these different things, I could zoom in 800 million miles away, then zoom in 250,000 miles away. You guys have been fucking lied to. Have a good day.
Am I going fucking crazy?
Not a fan of this. Not a fan of this. Not a fan of this.
Not a fan of this.
Not a fan of this. Not a fan of this.
I'll give you $1 million for the whole company right now.
I'll give you $2 million for 40%.
Would you go to $4 million?
We can't do that.
Let me ask you a question. If I offered you $30 million for the company, would you take it?
Oh, I don't think we could take your deal.
You're making a big mistake, my friend.
Well,
You people make no goddamn sense. Do you know that? We want to make you happy, you say. Your life is your own, you say. An agency, I've got all this agency, but I mean, I guess I have agency just until I don't? Fuck the world. Like, not like I need a break, like, honestly, like, fuck all of you. Like, everybody and everything, and I don't like doing anything anymore. Like, nothing makes me happy. I don't like anyone. I even told one of my therapists at one point, I said, I just don't want to feel anything. I kind of envy sociopaths because they don't have to worry about ever feeling shit.
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person.
Like every country, Israel has an inherent right to defend itself. The vile attempt to deny Israel this fundamental right is blatant discrimination against the Jewish state, and it was justly rejected. The charge of genocide leveled against Israel is not only false, it's outrageous, and decent people everywhere should reject it.
Like you saw the devil. Yo, look, I was born in 84, but I'm like 97 hoes. I went platinum off a brick, I cooked on 97 stoves. Yeah, I know the streets is watching, so I'm highly skeptical. Where I'm at in my career, when hit and I be set to go.
Not a fan of this.
You're not a killer. You have to be a killer.
Oh, wait a second.
You don't have a business strategy, right? Your whole business model is based on seducing presidents. You're a really high-class hooker. No thanks. The truth is that my father is a malignant presence, a bully and a liar, and he was fully personally aware of these events for many years.
I'll fucking suck your dick, please.
Aliens have hijacked our bodies, and basically what happens is, instead of a human, you see, because some people, they might think that they're looking at a human because the person is smiling and happy, but really they're looking at an alien government that has hijacked a human.
Let's take a look at today. Let's It's gibberish. I can't understand it.
I can.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you?
No.
Sometimes, in order to see the light, you have to risk the dark.
How come I know so much? What the hell is going on around here?
People have a right to know the truth. It belongs to 7 billion people.
If you do this, there's no one doing it.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
This guy was live on Facebook like yesterday, and supposedly he found like a gray that's like cloaking. Let me know what you guys think. Whoa, I kind of see something in the corner. Why is his house green? Oh, he's saying it has kind of like a cloaking device?
Mira, le brillan los brazos, güey, mira.
You do kind of see 2 large eyes. Why is his house green? Bro's asking for an abduction.
Mira, mira cómo brilla, mira cómo brilla. No te mames.
I don't know what he's saying, but it's funny to me.
No te mames, mira cómo brilla.
Get closer, bro. Offer some food. I mean, it is kind of weird, but he has a really horrible camera, and even the wall to his left right here looks like distorted, so... Oh, it kind of blinked! Wait. Wait. Guys, this is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
No te mames, mira cómo se está. Mira cómo se está.
Dude, forgive me. That's... This is actually kind of sick.
Ve eso, no mames, ve cómo mueve su cabeza, ve. No mames, güey. Ve cómo se materializa, mira eso.
No mommies for sure, man.
We will treat you like we have treated Al-Qaeda. We will find you, we will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you.
For sure, dude. People call him the yarmulke Hitler. That's what they call him.
Who are these people?
If I was in a room with Hitler and that guy, me and Hitler would team up and fuck that guy up. We would kill that guy. Hitler would hold them down, and I would beat him to death.
And you've seen that evidence. We know exactly who these people are.
You are fucked. But I'm supposed to be mad at Hitler?
We know where they're going, where they originated from, what they're carrying. And they know we know.
You are fucked, my friend.
800 by 88 to 300 Empire.
Valor, what are you doing?
Show me the locket!
whole world has to isolate this rogue, apartheid, genocidal, maniac, serial-killing, pathologically lying state. The Israeli Knesset just passed a law allowing the execution of Palestinian prisoners, but not Israelis. This is the true face of apartheid Israel. But this is nothing new. I saw this firsthand when I was in Israel back in 2016. Full-throated fascism.
You can't deal with these people. There's no need to try. There's no need to talk to them. There's only one way. I would carpet bomb them.
You would carpet bomb them?
It's the only way you could deal with it.
I didn't realize this. I didn't realize how viscerally, grotesquely genocidal Israelis were. How openly fascist they would be to anyone.
Jews shouldn't marry Arabs.
Shouldn't marry Arabs. Why do you feel strongly about that?
Because Jews is a special nation that God gave it to the Jews. We don't want the Arabs to be here.
They knew that they were on camera. That's what's so alarming to me too. I wasn't trying to hide. I wasn't doing gotcha journalism. I was going up with a camera and saying, generally, what do you think about the situation?
I think Israelis have to take over and they have to kick them away.
I was so horrified and alarmed at the genocidal rhetoric that was being espoused. Every single person, for every generation, every walk of life, they wanted ethnic cleansing. They said we should nuke them. One little girl laughing, we should kill all Arabs. Kill all Arabs.
We need to kill Arabs. No.
It shows you the impunity back then. The arrogance to just assume this is what you guys think too, right? You're an American, you agree with me. You guys have been doing the same thing. This is who we are. We're proud racists. We're proudly fascist. I felt like I was walking into Berlin in 1932. I really felt absolutely disgusted. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, just walking a couple steps, and as white as I am, are you Arab? Are you Arab? And I'm like, what? I'm an American. Oh, good. We can talk about Arabs then. We can talk about how much we hate Palestinians. I saw the writing on the wall back then. I saw that there's no hope from within Israeli society. I went to rallies where they were calling to kick all the refugees out. You know, these were things that we're told Israel's a safe haven for Holocaust survivors, for genocide survivors. Well, why are all the African refugees put out in the middle of the Negev desert into a concentration camp? Why don't they want any African refugees there? They tokenize Ethiopian refugees, but then they make them take Depo-Provera birth control because they don't want them to reproduce. This is the nature of Israeli society. It's an ethno-state, and it's built on supremacy and hate, because that's what Zionism is.
How many civilians have been killed in Gaza, from what you know?
Who gives a shit?
Okay, but don't you feel like, for example, children?
Children grow up to be Arabs.
You have to continue to expel, you have to continue to kill to keep that artificial majority in place.
If you gave me a button to just erase Gaza, every single living being in Gaza would no longer be living tomorrow, I would press it in a second. I would press it right now. Give me that button and press it right now.
There you go.
And I think most Israelis would.
During the Gaza genocide, to see people just proclaim out in the open the genocidal incitement.
It's an entire nation out there that is responsible.
אנחנו משמידים את כל מה שעוד נשאר מהרצועה ולא משאיר אבן על אבן. גם מים אנחנו לא צריכים לתת לרצועת עזה. אנחנו מפרקים את עזה ומשאירים אותה כאויי חרבות עם הרס מוחלט וחסר תקדים בעולם.
זכור את אשר עשה לך עמלק, נצטווינו. אנו זוכרים ואנו נלחמים.
It was heinous and horrifying, but finally people saw Israel for what it is. It's all been exposed. They're not hiding anymore.
כל ילד, כל תינוק בעזה הוא אויב.
אני רוצה להעיף אותם, להשמיד אותם עד האחרון בהם.
אם מעזה אתם תמשיכו לרעוב, תמשיכו למות, הבתים שלכם ימשיכו להישרף.
אני לא חושב שיש מישהו במדינת ישראל, בארץ ישראל, שצריך לרחם על העזתים האלה. לא על מבוגרים, לא על קשישים, לא על צעירים ולא על ילדים. מבחינתי שירעבו למוות, מה אכפת לי מהם?
אנחנו שורפים להם את הכפר. זה טוב שאנחנו שורפים להם את הכפר.
Israel's propaganda is not working anymore because for the first time, Palestinians have been able to just show us the unvarnished truth of the reality that they endure on a daily basis. We see the settler terrorism. We see the people getting mowed down for doing nothing. We see the crimes every single day. You cannot hide genocide from us. So the propaganda has become cartoonish.
I'm very puzzled by the constant concern which the world is showing for the Palestinian people and is actually showing for these horrible, inhuman animals.
It's inverted just everything that we know to be true. Black is white, up is down. It's the most moral army in the world. We're a benevolent empire spreading human rights and democracy. Who the hell believes this anymore? So it's become silly. It's become absurd.
The Israelis today saying that Hamas use Palestinians as human shields. Do they?
Killing the victims, then blaming the victims for killing themselves. I mean, what is this logic?
They infantilize us. They treat us like children.
This is a genocide happening in front of our eyes.
We have, that word is, as you know, incredibly emotive, and the Israelis, as you know, will be saying that they are targeting Hamas only.
It's become so obvious that we're being dictated to, that our reality is curated by tech overlords who are profiting off the infrastructure of genocide, of the surveillance of our lives. All of these things are interconnected. So the propaganda doesn't work anymore. It's too infantilizing and stupid.
One day after describing it as a tragic mishap, Israel has now claimed a deadly double strike on a Gaza hospital was prompted by the discovery of a Hamas camera.
A Hamas camera is why they blow up journalists at a hospital? Because they have a camera that belonged to Hamas? I mean, it just makes corporate media journalists and establishment journalists look like buffoons, doesn't it? For towing this absurd propaganda that's so hollowed out and childlike. They should be ashamed of themselves.
You're in trouble.
Okay.
And you know it.
That's fine.
And you know it.
No, they aren't. Grow up.
Guess what I just figured out today? If you take a hose, hook it into the exhaust, run it through the window, and turn on the car, the hose will bring the fog from the exhaust into the car, making it start getting foggy. Ain't that cool? I don't know why nobody else ever thought of this. This is awesome. Who needs a fog machine when you got the exhaust pipe? Hey, put some LED lights up in here. We be chill.
Hey, how's your girl, man?
She left me.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom died too. And my dad got deported. But I got the van.
For a 12 for a swat, pushing all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, and it put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, we been tripping like the 80s. She said the niggas, no, don't wipe a nigga, no.
My name is Brett, and I've been a Corona resident in District 4 for 15 years. I'm here to introduce DFlock Corona, a community coalition asking this council to cancel the city's contract with Flock Safety and remove the cameras that have been deployed throughout our city. Our website is dflock-corona.org. I'm here because new Flock cameras were recently installed between my home and my daughter's school. So now every time I make that drive, my family's being photographed and logged into a giant corporate database. I want to be clear what these cameras actually are, and I say that with somebody with 20 years of experience in IT. I've served as the chief network architect for Fortune 500 companies. I've designed data centers, and today I work on cloud infrastructure for one of the largest loan origination companies in the country. I'm not speculating on how this technology works. I've read their patents, and I know how it works. Flock advertises these cameras as simple license plate readers. Their own patents tell a different story. They're AI-powered surveillance machines that capture every passing vehicle and person and transmit that data to a private corporate cloud, making it queryable by a multitude of state and federal agencies. The city of Corona does not control that database, and Corona residents have no public record rights against a private company's servers. Our daily movements are being harvested by a $7.5 billion corporation that only answers to venture capital investors, not to us. Flock did not reach that valuation on their per-camera subscription fees. That math doesn't add up. The city council should also understand who they're doing business with. Flock's CEO was asked whether the company had any federal contracts. He said no, that was a lie. Public records revealed that Flock had been secretly running a pilot program giving the U.S. Border Patrol access to local police camera data without the knowledge of the cities that paid for the cameras. Now consider who's behind the company and where your data flows. Flock integrates directly with Palantir, a data fusion platform with a $30 million contract with ICE. Peter Thiel, the founder of Palantir, is also one of Flock's primary investors. These are not separate companies with separate agendas. They are connected actors that are building a connected infrastructure. Palantir's own CEO stated publicly just this month that his technology is being used as a political instrument designed to reduce the political power of certain voters. And that's the ecosystem that our Corona cameras are feeding into. We're not anti-police at all. We're against mass surveillance of innocent residents by a company with a documented record of deception, built by investors with a stated political agenda. We're asking the City Council to start auditing the queries made against Flock's database to disclose any data sharing agreements and to take a vote to cancel the Flock safety contract.
He didn't create hell for us. He created hell for the devil and his bastard imps. But if you don't want to be with him, where else you going to go? He's not going to force you to come in his house and you don't want to. Yeah, God judges with love. People say, oh, that's evil. No, it ain't. He love you. How he gonna force you to come live in his house when you want to go live in Satan's house? And you prove that you want to go live in Satan's house because this is how you live your life on the earth. So I ain't gonna make you go live with me. I love you. So this is what you want to do? I know I ain't gonna never see you again.
God's plan is like a beautiful tapestry. And the tragedy of being human is that we only get to see it from the back. With all the ragged threads and the muddy colors. And we only get a hint at the true beauty that would be revealed if we could see the whole pattern on the other side, as God does. Hey, listen. No one can give your life back, Aaron. You gotta take it back. This city needs me in that map supply. It's not fair, man. We don't live in a world that's fair. We live in this one. And I'm doing everything I can to make it a better place. I realized that if my life had turned out any differently, that I would never have become Daredevil. And although people have died on my watch, people who shouldn't have, there are countless others that have lived. For me personally, he spent many years trying to get me to face my own fears, to understand how they enslaved me, how they divided me from the people that I love, counseled me to transcend my fears, to be brave enough to forgive, and see the possibilities of being a man without fear.
I don't know if you guys see it. I'm gonna give it a seizure. Where the hell is it? Whoa.
Holy fuck! That was diabolical!
You're so annoying.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Just go bye-bye. All right? Go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh my God. Oh my God. Chris! She's the worst. She's the worst. I'm sorry.
Chris, are you okay?
Hello?
I've had enough. Take your money back.